Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the Achiever in You. Welcome to Our Region's Business with your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, a few financial resolutions for the new year, plus Pittsburgh's global recognition as a resilient city and how the community hopes to capitalize on it. But first, Snow Plow Tracker. It's a new tech-based service in the city of Pittsburgh that illustrates how the city is using technology to provide city services in a more responsive fashion. Debra Lam is Chief Innovation and Performance Officer with the City of Pittsburgh. Welcome. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit. This is in the news right now. It was just, I guess, announced on Friday, this Snow Plow Tracker. So what's the idea behind that? Where did that come from?
Yeah, well, we're very excited. It's been a project that we've been working very closely with the Department of Public Works. Director Gable and his team have been, very much on the forefront of this. And it's basically a tool that allows you to identify where our snowplow trackers are in the city.
So if they're not to your street yet, you can kind of get a feel. Are they close by? When might they get there?
You can see when they will come, when they have come, and you can start to track where the movements are.
Well, that's really cool. Now, did you have to put a lot of technology into the trucks to make this work? How does it actually happen?
Well, it's GPS in the trucks to monitor them, and I would say that it's actually part of our comprehensive snow resource center. That's not only just the Snow Plow Tracker, but it also includes, our Snow Angels program. It also includes our different levels in terms of snow conditions, so we know how best to manage the roads accordingly. So, for example, if there should be a snow condition, then dependent on if it's level 1, 2, 3, or 4, we know how long it will take to manage the snow and the safety conditions. So Director Gable would be in charge of issuing the level warnings that will correspond to the road conditions and the procedures that will come out of it. But also we also have 311, which, as you know, is our first point of contact for non-emergency responses, and you can have 311 not only calling them from 7 a.m. to 4:30 every day, Monday through Friday, but you also can email them, accept tweets via Twitter. So you can alert 311 on any questions you have, any conditions that there are out, and then that corresponds back to the Public Works crews on some of the conditions. So it's a very comprehensive snow resource center.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking as you were describing this. When I first heard about this thing, I thought, well, okay, so now all those people who would call and complain that the plows aren't there yet, this is a very consumer-directed system, and it is, but it's really helping to guide the whole emergency response for the entire city, right?
And that's just our new approach. So it's not solving the snow condition with one technology per se, thinking that once you have this GPS in place, everyone's going to be happy. It's actually a comprehensive look in terms of how we communicate to the public, how the public needs to know what needs to happen, and how we can respond accordingly. So it includes the Snow Angels in terms of shoveling snow and having that community benefit. It includes 311, includes the warming centers that are going to be available during critical needs, especially those that are more vulnerable, and it includes Snow Plow Tracker as well. So that's just one of the technology tools that are comprehensively being provided by the city.
Well, this has to be a real sea change within the city, because I would assume your and there really was no predecessor. This is a new office of Chief Innovation and Performance Officer, but I imagine in the old days it was like the IT department, right? Somebody's computer breaks down, and who do you call to fix it? You're really taking it to a whole new level, right?
Exactly. I very much, you've got it. Before we were the city information system, so we were just the IT department back end. So if someone should have their computer broken, it would be just fix it. So we were very reactive. Fix something, I forgot my password, please change my password. Data center, back end kind of reactive. But now with the mayor's vision in terms of transforming this into a brand new department, we continue to have that IT back end service service, but we also have what we call streamlined communications technology, which includes the print shop, the website, the city cable channel, and 311 for unified communications. So it's an understanding that, you know, Pittsburgh and the residents, they get information in different ways. So we need to have unified communications, whether it's through city cable, through the website, or through social media, to make sure that they know what's going on.
Wow. Is there a big investment in new technology to pull all of this off?
I think that the investments in technology are ongoing, but I think what's important to know is that there's also cost savings and enhanced services that are connected to this. The other thing to note is that technology is not the only thing, and that's coming from me. Technology is not the only thing that will solve the issue or eliminate the problem per se. Very much in line with the Snow Plow Tracker. So it's very important that the Snow Plow Tracker is there, but it's part of a comprehensive snow resource center to look at the various ways to address community needs.
Sure. Well, the snow obviously very important right now. I'm sure everybody's got to be really happy to see the service. So where do you go next? What else do you have kind of that you're working on right now along the same lines?
Yeah, well, our biggest role is obviously to support the number of different departments as they roll out different tools and services with that. So, you know, we have the Snow Plow Tracker. Another project that we've been working very closely with the Department of Public Works on is online shelter permitting. So before, you had to wait in line and physically go to the city county building to book shelter permits. You know, you had to pay either by cash or a check and you know, wait on a Saturday to do that. Now we're really excited where you can do this online.
Okay.
You don't need to physically be there within a certain period of time on this one day to book shelters. You can actually do it at any point.
At the convenience of the person wanting to buy the service, rather than at the convenience of the city and the bureaucrats, right?
And that tool itself is just something that, you know, Public Works has been really working closely with city parks as well to really provide that service to the residents, and we've been supporting them in that process.
Well, I heard you're also working on online auctions of city stuff.
Yeah,
right?
and that's something that, you know, was discussed late last year. And so before, again, if you wanted to buy a city good per se, whether it is a car or some other service, you had to actually go to a public auction and bid accordingly. Now you can do this online. So I'll have the picture, I'll have the price, you can be able to buy, and we are working very closely with the Office of Management and Budget on that, and they've been really much taking the lead to provide that service for the residents, but at the same time, we as the city get additional revenue. Right, so because it's not just the people who are able to go to that public auction at that point in time, suddenly we have a much bigger marketplace and a bigger pool of potential
The more
customers.
bidders you get into any auction, the higher the price is likely to be, the more money the city will get. Fascinating stuff. Well, great to hear. When we come back, I want to talk to you about the other thing that's been in the news lately, and that is this designation of the city of Pittsburgh as one of 100 resilient cities by the Rockefeller Foundation. So when we come back, we'll find out a little bit more about what that's all about. Okay?
Thanks.
Great. Well, we will be back with Debra Lam, Chief Innovation and Performance Officer with the City of Pittsburgh, right after this. Stay with us.